Hello everyone, we're back with yet another Like-Minded, proudly sponsored by E&D Waterworks. If water runs to it or through it, we do it like Sonny Pruitt. Here's what's happening. Yes, it was a little smoky in southern Wisconsin this past week, and all because of massive fires in northern Minnesota and strong winds that blew the smoke our way. Initially, it was erroneously reported that the smoke was from a forest fire in the Boundary Waters, but it was later discovered that the actual cause was disgusted Minnesota Vikings fans burning their season tickets en masse.
And try a 56-yard field goal. This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Well, the Department of Transportation is in hot water over the release of a memo that shows that state workers were asked not to alert citizens that voter ID cards could be acquired at no charge unless those citizens were already aware of the policy. Since the voter ID law went into effect, 41% of the ID cards issued were actually sold for $28 apiece rather than provided for free. Inspired by the DOT's resourcefulness, the Department of Natural Resources has decided not to tell citizens that breathing the air at state parks is free, unless, of course, park attendees are aware of that fact.
Fresh air.
Hey, you can fly the coop in Beloit Township now. The town board recently passed an ordinance to allow backyard chickens. Not to be outdone on the animal front, the Janesville City Council voted to allow cougars to be kept in the city. Most of these cougars can be publicly viewed on Friday nights at downtown bars.
Hey, what's that? It's Cougar Barbie.
Menopause, men will pause.
Barbie, you're my best friend.
My biological clock is ticking.
Barbie, you're with me till the end.
I was actually looking for your son.
Hey, Like-Minded is sponsored by E&D Waterworks, in case you weren't aware, and as its humble benefactor, I feel a responsibility to correct a misconception created by this commercial.
Have you looked inside your salt tank recently? That scum that's in there, that's because you're not using a clean salt.
Hold it. Dan Drozdowitz is talking about scum in a water tank while he's standing in a water tank. So the logical implication here is that Dan considers himself scum. No, Dan, you're definitely not. In fact, I think you're the water softener salt of the earth. And by the way, thanks for sponsoring. In other news, former Governor Tommy Thompson, once the darling of the state Republican Party, is now being opposed by members of his own party in his run for the U.S. Senate because they feel he's not conservative enough. Thompson denied the charge and later offered to prove his conservatism by walking into a random public school, beating up a teacher, and stealing her lunch money. Here in Janesville, protesters once again visited the downtown office of Congressman Paul Ryan. There was an unusual twist this time, however. This time, the protesters left piles of cheap suckers on the ground outside his office. One witness to the candy drop-off said, quote, "You know, there were a lot of dum-dums outside Paul Ryan's office, and there was candy, too." Here's this week's Sound Off Comment of the Week, an actual anonymous call printed on the op-ed page of the Janesville Gazette. On sign ordinance, I'm against electronic signs. They're too distracting for people, kids, bikes, and cars. Some of those signs are Vegas style, flash, flash. It's too much. And that's all for this week's Like-Minded, proudly sponsored by E&D Waterworks, when you need a pro for H2O. No charge, Dan. See you next time. So I've been doing it wrong for 3 weeks?
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go down to Junior's farm with an unintelligible lyrics after that.
Like I'll say it before, and I'm going to say it again. We have a sponsor. We have to do it right now. Right being a relative term. Pause for the clip. By walking into damn it, and I was doing so well.
Start all
Dang,
over.
I hate that. Yeah, that would be kind of important to get right. I love it when both parties can hate me. I'm an equal opportunity hater.
It's a talent.
It's a talent. It's a gift and a curse.